Have you been trading? Have you been trying to trade? You've been trading your Pokemon? Look, we're going to talk about trading because you're wondering, yo, how can I trade? I have a friend. I really want to give them this music disc. I really want to give them this outfit. So how can I trade to them? This is PSO2 NGS. Why can't I trade? Why can't I trade? I'll tell you why. Okay, so look, first and foremost, cut right to the point. Can you trade in PSO2 NGS? No. In the traditional sense, you cannot trade. There are workarounds around this, however, and we'll kind of discuss those. First, we'll have to dive into, well, why can't we trade? Why can't we? Because you might be like, oh, dude, why would they take trading out? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, I just want to trade, just want to trade. Well, you see, the reason why trading is not in there really just falls to RMT. And so first we need to understand RMT. What is RMT? RMT is real money transfer or real money trading. This has been around since the beginning of MMOs. This has been around for forever. It was a problem in PSO on Dreamcast. It was a problem. PSO version 2 on Dreamcast. It was a problem on episode 1 and 2 on GameCube. It was a problem on PC. It was a problem on Unity. It's always been there. It's been in every MMO. I have a very long history in MMOs, as y'all are aware, and it's something that's in every MMO. And so RMT is pretty much just think of like, say you get a 10-star weapon to drop and you sell it to someone for real world money, so for $200 or something like that, right? Or vice versa. Let's say there's a company that completely has these people on payrolls who go into games and they do stuff, they grind, and then they get these items, and then they sell it to people who are playing the game for money, right? It's a whole business. RMT is a huge business, a very huge business, and this has been something else. That's what RMT is for those who are trying to get more depth and understanding of that, so that way you fully gather real money transferring, real money trading, what that actually implies, right? You're trading real world money for these items. It's not the same as like a scratch ticket or whatnot. It's literally things that are not supposed to work that way. You are trading real world money for. You are buying it. Real world money. You're going through shady practices, shady people. You're not going through mainframe payment methods, so and so and so. So every MMO has always tried to combat it in whatever shapes or forms to varying successes and degrees, right? So that's what RMT is. And a little known fact is that honestly, NGS has had the least issues with RMT out of all the PSO games. I've been playing since Dreamcast. Quite frankly, with how NGS does run it, it does stop RMT much more than it otherwise would had they maintained their old methods, right? So that is one of the benefits of the system that NGS uses. Of course, however, there are trade-offs, and of course, not being able to trade is one of those trade-offs. See, not being able to trade, just trade off for trading the trade the for the. But yeah, that's RMT. So now understanding that's why they do that to combat RMT. That's and bots and everything like that. There are ways that you can trade to others. Namely, the first one would just be the personal shop. However, there are a few requirements here. Namely, the first one would be having the personal shop title so that you can search up people's personal player shops. This is very important because pretty much the only way that you can really trade someone something, of course, the item needs to be tradable. You can't trade an item that specifically says non-tradable. Duh. 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 But first and foremost, it needs to be tradable. And you'll need to pretty much coordinate with another person, whoever that person is, between you and them. Only between y'all two. Don't trust talking in an alliance space, talking in a public space, talking in a public Discord, whatever. Do not trust that. Make sure it's only you two who are understanding it. And so basically the way that you should go about that is that that person will communicate with you that they're putting it up on the personal shop. You want to go directly to their shop. You should be there before they put it up. The minute they say that they're even at the personal shop about to do it, you should already be in their shop. So you want to go to the personal shop and you want to look up their specific shop. Their specific shop. No, I'm not saying to look up the item in the normal search engine. No, I want you to go to their specific shop and then go to their specific shop. So you search for them, or if they're on your friends list, there's an option for friend shops. You can find it there. You want to go there and you want to just start refreshing it. Refreshing. Just keep doing it. Once you know that they're there, that they're about to put it up, just start doing it. Start doing it. Understand that the newest item listed will be the first item that is going to be there. So eventually you're going to keep refreshing, and it's going to be the first thing there. You're already going to be on it. It's going to be highlighted because it's the newest thing that was listed by them. Boom, grab it. So this is really the way that you have to go about trading on here. However, of course, there are some risks there, right? Of course, namely being, if you place an item at a very low price, someone could snipe it, right? However, this isn't really an issue. It should not be an issue if you are doing this the way I'm saying it, because you should be able to grab it within less than a millisecond, well under a second, if you're doing it the way that I'm explaining you doing it. If you're trying to look it up on the shop, you're going to lose it. You need to be in their specific player shop to make this work, to have this work properly. And of course, in order to do that, you need the titles. So if you don't have the titles, this doesn't really work out too well for you, because you're not going to be able to do that. So there's that. Like I said, there are risks that it could be sniped, but in my experience, this has never really been an issue, as long as you're doing it the way that I'm saying. Now, if you're not doing it like that, you do risk someone sniping it. And also, I wouldn't recommend doing this with, say it's a new scratch and it's a heavily, wanted item, and the server has been up for 2 hours. So the scratch has been up for 2 hours. Don't do that, because you're asking for someone to snipe that. When the server first goes up, the first 12 hours, especially the first 6 hours, do not do something like that, because people are sitting at that personal shop and they're just trying to find steals, and they'll eventually find one from you. So don't do that. Try to do it outside of, rush hours and stuff like that. That will minimize the risk. Of course, the other option is going the opposite end, where you price it very highly, and then you end up eating the tax, the 10% tax that you have to put on the shop, and then you coordinate between the two, and then you pay the difference of that, and then it's pretty much someone's sinking money. Pretty much, in order for that one to work, one of them has to be a gold mine, pretty much, for that one to work. So if neither of y'all are gold mines, that one's probably not going to work. So those are kind of your options there for trading. If you have any questions about, or any ideas about what they could put into the game for trading, or what you think about that, feel free to comment below. As I said before, I've been playing since Dreamcast. RMT is something that is inherently in MMOs. So that's just going to be how that one works. They're in there. And they're persistent. RMT is very extremely persistent. They always have been. They always will be. So you have to understand that, and understand why these companies take these precautions, why it's such a big deal. You might look at it and be like, there's not really any RMT there.
How are you doing?
If it wasn't the way that it is, if trading was still available the way that it was in the past, it would be like that. You would see them much more. But I think Sega's done a very good job at kind of cracking down on RMT. A very good job, actually, considering from how the presence at the very beginning of when NGS released to now. So as I said before, if you have any input or any ideas, or what's your thoughts on it, on trading, or what you sometimes do, then feel free to comment below, and be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one. And while we're trading, by the way, be sure to trade me some shiny Pikachus or something. I don't know. Bye. Spike content.